Hi, my name is Kimberly Lorenz, and I'm here to talk with Mary. She just finished up working with me, and we're going to talk about her experiences. How are you today, Mary?
I'm doing great. So I am Mary Hayes, and I began working with Kim a very short time ago. So feeling great.
So, you are in my Champion Unleashed program, which is for athletic and career peak performance. So, let's just kind of talk about your experiences. To start with, though, I want to go back and start with what made you think you would want to try hypnosis in the first place, even before you reached out to me?
Hypnosis, in my experience from anything that I've done in the past, is always done for fun, like at a stage or at a fair, that sort of thing. And I did have an opportunity to get up on stage and be hypnotized or be somebody out in the audience where they're doing the whole group and wondering why is it that people aren't getting hypnotized, because this is so much fun. It's just was a fun experience. And after meeting you and realizing that you're in hypnotherapy, that's a whole different ballgame, but I was very interested in knowing how that can work, particularly when you explained your Champion Unleashed program, because I was feeling stuck. And I just love your energy and wanted to know how this is going to work for me personally, rather than in a whole group of people.
Fantastic. Can you go a little deeper, as you feel comfortable, about kind of what your problem was right before we first started? What were you experiencing in your life that was causing all the trouble?
So I have a husband who lives with Parkinson's, and that creates a lot of extra work for me on my part. Some people use the term caregiver, and I don't feel like I'm at that point yet, because he does do a lot for himself, but I still have to do a lot otherwise. But we're even going to back up, because that's been building and not realizing where I was in my own life. A couple of years ago, made some poor financial decisions and was feeling extremely guilty about that. And just was really having a hard time getting past that, as far as how it made me feel and what I've done to everybody else, in that situation. And so I just felt like I was a hamster on a wheel going around in circles, and I knew I needed to do something. And I had tried other things for help. And it just felt like that this is, I don't know, it was a spur of the moment, and I just got to do it. It's what I need right now.
Right.
And I really go with my gut feeling in a lot of things, and it just felt right.
Good. Could you put a word or a phrase on what was it really that made you go, this I think can help me. This is the answer.
Well, I liked your terms, Champion Unleashed. I knew I wanted to go up, rather than stay where I was. Gosh, what's the word I would use? Would be fulfillment. I needed to feel my own fulfillment, and I wasn't feeling anything really. And I'm generally a person that is upbeat, positive, a go-getter, full of energy, and I did not have that. So it was energy, the energy within you, I guess, the reaching out. And I think that's where it starts, is the energy itself. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And could you talk about a few of the things that you tried to address these issues in your life before?
We all listen to podcasts. This is what's going on. And so you listen to a podcast and think, okay, I got this. A couple of days go by, I need to listen to another podcast. And those are great for just the information, but I needed more than that. I actually did visit with someone who is a psychic internal healer. I thought, okay, maybe that's the way to go. And I did feel good after a session. But even after that, that there is still something more that I need to have happen. Um, so why I knew it wasn't something that I wasn't gonna be able to pull myself out, and needed a little additional help, some more guidance, counseling. Had kind of just put it out to the universe to say, I really need something in my life that's going to help me move beyond where I'm at. And you showed up.
Yes, I did. And, just to share with everybody watching, we'd met in real life almost a whole year before we started working together. We met at a networking event. And it was kind of what I was posting on LinkedIn that kind of caught your eye. Isn't that right?
That's true. Yes, you've been giving out information about what hypnotherapy is, what it can do for us, how it can help us. I looked at a couple of those posts, and on the bottom it said, contact me for a discovery call. I was like, I'm going to do it. I need to know more. I need to know more.
Yep.
And so just during that discovery call, really felt the energy, and it really felt right. And that's what was going to happen in my life.
Awesome. So let's move forward. You decided to book with me. Kind of describe what you were kind of expecting and then what you actually experienced maybe in that first session. Because usually for most people, it's kind of a surprise.
Well, I knew that through hypnosis that they're going to talk you through it and you relax. I had been to your office before, so I kind of knew what that was going to look like. And I really, I guess I was, I'm open. I try not to come with a lot of expectations if I'm going to do something new, because I want to be open enough to accept anything that's going to happen. And so I was just excited to learn how this was going to work for me. And I think the other part of your question is what actually really happened, right? How was the first session? Walking through a hypnotic session, I'm one that I've done meditation too. That was something else that's been in there. I did loads and loads of meditation to try to work through this. And when you're in a hypnotic state, it's really a deeper subconscious, and it's really getting to the heart of either what's holding us back. Is it something from the past? Is it something that's happening in our life right now? I felt a lot of emotion in that first session. And when you're pulling that emotion that we either don't recognize that's still there, or emotion that we want to clarify and meet head on, that's really what it was. It's kind of like the first breakthrough of getting through some past emotions and things that I wasn't sure was still there. And it's uplifting. So at the end of the first session, I'm just floating, ready to go, and wanted to come back for more.
You've had amazing results. And could you share some of the biggest changes that were part of your goal and that you've been experiencing?
So some of the things that I knew I needed to do, and from even past, I know that feng shui wise, that if you clear things out, you have room for more, better, wonderful experiences to come in. And I also knew we needed to have more space for my husband to move about. So through this process, I've learned to clear out some things, not just clear out what's in my office or what's in my garage, but clear my mind as well, as far as making sure that I'm using positive statements, keeping myself up. I'm feeling that uplifted feeling now every day. When I get out of bed, I'm happy to get out of bed. It's not like, oh God, I got another day to go through and figure this out. So I've experienced more happiness and joy. a lot more clarity as far as what next, where do I go next, and what's the next step, what's the next process. And when I find that these negative emotions, which I could say after the first or second session, I had a lot less negative emotions. But when those pop up, I love the fact that I could do a 1, 2, 3 process that you've taught us and really take a look at what emotion I'm feeling, do a check. Can I let it go, or do I need to do something about it? And in most cases, for me, it's something that I can let go. It's gone. And now I'm back to that happy person that I just see myself as like a tiger bouncing around on his tail.
Right.
So those are, some of the things that I've experienced.
Awesome. So can you think of anything that actually has been a real big change that was a surprise to you?
I think as far as dealing with family members, husband, children, I got to visit a grandchild, and I think a really big change for me is really understanding my emotions and putting a name to it and letting it go, because it's so freeing. It's like I don't have the things that are coming from the past. And a huge change for me is getting rid of guilt, or I think it pretty much is a guilt feeling, and being able to push past that and forgive myself. So for the things either that I've done or that I thought that I've done that other people weren't forgiving, it's really about me forgiving myself. And once you get past that, that's the biggest change. Is I just feel like I'm floating. I'm just happier, and I don't know, getting rid of the guilt and forgiving yourself for things that you've done in the past that keeping you right here opens the heart up, and
Right.
we're ready to work with everybody in the world. So that's a really big change for me.
Yeah. So now that you've had all those feelings, what are you able to do now that you really weren't doing before?
I can move forward so when we call this Champion Unleashed program, I chose to do it not so much personal, but for me, and I can't build a business without that. I'm finding business work a whole lot more fun. Just even joyful things. The little things are more joyful. Cooking dinner, rephrasing things so that I'm positively giving myself, we say gold in, gold out. So I'm rephrasing things in a positive way. Like I get to do all of these things instead of I have to do all these things. I am able to, I also noticed that I stayed more recluse in the past several months, and I wasn't going out networking and not meeting new people. And I know I need those people, face-to-face interaction. I was trying to do it all online. It just wasn't enough for me. And so that has really helped to build me up, aim stronger, and feel more confident. And as I walk out that door, I was so much more of who I was a long time ago than where I was this summer. And it just feels good. Feels better to be back, be at that level,
Mhm.
do those things.
Kind of for the benefit of people that have never worked with me or maybe even done hypnosis, could you kind of briefly describe what your experiences working like in the sessions are like?
Well, I so excited to come and see you when I have a session with you. It feels comfortable. It's a very safe place to let go of whatever is holding you back. I've been able to trust that I can say whatever I need to say, and it stays right there. Those are some big things that if you're in a safe place and you trust who you're working with, you can release a lot of stuff. I anytime I worked with hypnosis and it was somebody from a stage, I don't know that I was ever with a male. And so those were always men. So coming in, you've got an amazing, calm voice, but yet a high energy. And that's what's comforting, is that loving energy that you bring to the table and able to listen. You pick up on just certain words that we might say that gives us a whole meaning and understanding about ourselves. That's something, maybe a perspective we hadn't thought about. And so it really was helpful to know the minute I walked in that I'm in a safe, comfortable environment, that I could spill my guts if I needed to, and had somebody to listen, and then roll that into the hypnotic sessions that just replaced everything in my subconscious for a better me. Yeah, pretty amazing.
Awesome. And now that you're almost done, you have one more session to go. What are you most looking forward to in your life moving forward?
When I get stuck or feel like, actually, I don't even get those feelings anymore. But when I do, it's like, oh, I need to take some time. I can go sit and do some self-hypnosis and bring myself right back up. Where a lot of times, sure, I can go take a bike ride and ride for an hour and let off some steam. But I was still back. I cooled down and I'd still be back. So now I feel like I can do my self-hypnosis sessions. And it just gives me a feeling of elation. And I've got this happiness and joy that I can work from, that's truly mine, that I've built. It's there, it's in me, it's been there all the time. Now I just had to find a way to find it. And now I can build upon that. I just see things soaring forward. And I'm talking about it right now. I just want to kind of get up and dance because I'm pretty excited about where I'm going to go next. It's been an amazing experience. Yeah. So it's just, I don't feel like emotions hit me. If it's some reason I need to cry about something, it's usually a sad movie or something, but it's not that deep, solid emotion that's making me cry. I can turn that around and turn it into happy thoughts, and it just makes it, I say, things so much lighter. Right?
So you're in control now, right?
I am in control, and has helped make things a whole lot happier within my marriage as well, which is great. I'm sure my husband doesn't mind.
Right.
Yes. So being in control of what I'm thinking and where I'm going is really what's been very helpful.
So what would you say to someone thinking they might want to try working with me and doing hypnosis?
There's so many things about ourselves that when we are in that hypnotic state that we aren't thinking about on the outside, that come to pass in our mind, that we let go. That anybody that's on the fence or wondering, I say give it a shot, because you're going to learn so much about yourself. You'll be able to let so much go that might be holding you back from wherever you are. And you will be able to leap forward in an easy amount of time and be so much happier for it. I could just feel it right now, the way to my feet. Just feeling. So give it a shot, because you will be.
That's right.
So happy. It's just going to be, it's freeing.
That's right. You hit on something. It's actually really fast, isn't it? The change happens pretty darn fast.
Yeah.
It's not months and months of work, is it?
No, it's right after the first session. I felt that change happening, and it just felt so good. It's like, wow, I'm already the happier person that I wanted to be. I don't know why it was ever gone. Through those hypnotic sessions, it came to fruition. This is what's going on, and now it's gone. Just gone. It's gone. It's never going to come back. Oh.
That's right, because you have everything you need to make sure it doesn't come back too, right?
I've got everything I need. I can push forward. I am in control of where I'm going to go and what I'm going to do, and I've got the power to move forward. Yep.
Awesome. Do you have anything else you'd like to add about your experiences with me that maybe I haven't asked you about?
I There's just something about you that brings joy to the table. I didn't know it's just your bright colors, but you have an internal sense of being able to, um, I guess, pick up on what's going on with people and bring that out in their hypnotic state and then help them release that. So it's been a joy. It's been so much fun. I'm excited to see where I'm going to go with this. Actually, I know where I'm going to go with it because I've stated that, and I'm going to be practicing it from here on out. I don't hesitate. If you even have one thought that this is what I should do, jump into it and do it. You're going to be so excited that you do, and there's nobody better to work with than Kim. So check it out.
Awesome. That's so sweet. I have one last question that I just thought of too. You came to me for a performance issue, like you really were feeling like you were really blocked in your business. But having experienced it, I'm sure that you have an insight about whether this would be something that was effective for things that are not performance, such as fears, relationships, that kinds of stuff, confidence, right? What are your thoughts on that?
I'm a great big yes, because yes, I came for performance because I need to be able to be at home, to work from home, and be able to care for my husband if that ever gets to that point. But personally, there's definitely some fears about, well, how am I going to do that? Where am I going to go with that? And confidence issues with myself, because that's where I wasn't going. So if you're either have anxiety about what's outside your door or what's outside your office, and you need to get rid of some of that, it's going to be gone so fast. So yeah, any personal issues that a person is working with, relationship, even though I came from performance, I have definitely had areas of higher confidence. Fears, my fears are gone about, I got to call somebody that, because I have what I need. Fears about having a difficult conversation with my husband. So those relationship things have all gotten better as well. It's everything across the board. So it's the whole person that you're going to fix.
Yes, I don't do the fixing. You do
No,
the
I
fixing.
don't.
You just let me teach you.
You're right.
But
Teach us
you're
ways
right.
to fix
It
ourselves.
is
And
the
that's
whole
really what I meant.
person.
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mary. It's just been so grateful for you in my life. It's just been wonderful working with you.
Yeah. And I feel very, very much the same way. So I'm very excited. And just go out and jump in, do it. You're going to be so happy that you did it.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.